welcome to the program.
Good morning. Thank you for the invitation.
So your report shows that Balkan criminal groups began expanding into West Africa around 2019. What triggered that shift, and why is it accelerating now?
Western Balkan criminal groups become one of the biggest player in global cocaine market, but direct shipments from Latin America are now much riskier because of tighter policing on the direct route from Latin America to Europe. And West Africa offers a very attractive alternative. So it geographically is well placed between Latin America and Europe. Governance is weaker and port security is weaker. But on the other hand, the transport links are expanding. There are huge investment in transport, especially in port transport in Western Africa. And that's why, especially since 2019, that combination of this factor has made the West Africa region a perfect logistic hub for storing, repackaging, and shipping cocaine from West Africa to Europe, but there are also like other destinations as Asia and later like also Australia.
The methods being deployed in West Africa are described as both sophisticated as well as discreet. Walk us through how cocaine is transported and concealed through the region, from containerized routes, I believe, to transshipments and aviation as well.
Yes, we actually identify four different methods of smuggling cocaine, trafficking cocaine. And actually, like the whole organization behind it's like on three level. There are leaders, and leaders usually are not on West Africa continent or even in Africa. They're in Europe and Latin America. The other level are brokers, which are quite important. And the third level of organization of the criminal groups is basically local enforcers. But what we actually find out in the report is basically the brokers. So the brokers are quite important. They are often from the Balkans. They settle in countries like Sierra Leone, Senegal, or Guinea-Bissau. And actually, these brokers arrange the logistics. They arrange warehouses, safe houses, and ship paperwork. And actually, they build relationship with official at ports or law enforcement to find out easier way to smuggle
Mm.
cocaine. They often use local partners who run front companies and or handle like day-to-day operations. And in some cases we actually find out that one broker even works for multiply Balkan groups for the same time.
Which West African countries and ports are emerging as hotspots and are particularly vulnerable, and what makes them vulnerable?
We cover a couple of countries in the Western Africa, and we think that Port of Dakar in Senegal is especially important because it has direct link to Spain and other European gateways. Another port is Freetown in Sierra Leone. It's another key port, and also Capo Verde out in the Atlantic is often used for refueling and transshipment point. And there were a couple of big seizures, multi-ton seizures by law enforcement in Capo Verde that involve criminal groups from Montenegro. And basically, those ports that have quite good link with European ports are quite important for not only for the criminal groups from the Western Balkans, but also other criminal groups. Another key element why they are like risky is because of weak port security or like more corruption risk in ports and law enforcement, especially in customs.
We've seen estimates suggesting that up to half of Europe-bound cocaine might transit through West Africa by 2030. I mean, that is staggering. How realistic then can a fight against this be?
Yeah, actually, right now we receive information that around 30% of cocaine shipment from Latin America to Europe goes to West Africa. And what can be done? So there are basically we have like a three set of recommendations. We are suggesting three things. So first one is a stronger international partnership between African, European, and Balkan authorities. So they need to better coordinate and share intelligence. What we see now that actually cooperation between Latin American, European in law enforcement agencies is much more better than if we compare that situation like 10 years ago. The second is a sharper data picture. We only cover like five countries in the West Africa, not the whole region. So actually, it's necessary to invest much more in mapping like trafficking routes, especially general aviation. We heard a lot about general aviation, but like to find clear evidence how that method is like using to traffic cocaine, we don't have like too much data about that. So mapping routes, brokers, and especially quite important, it's mapping money flows to understand like these networks, especially because Balkan groups have very strong alliances with Brazilian and also with Italian groups. And the third recommendation is basically we call that smart targeting. So focusing on the brokers and on the financial side, not on just big cocaine busts.
Sasha, we're going to have to leave it there, but thank you very, very much indeed for bringing this very important report to our attention.
Thank you. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
That was Sasha Djordjevic, who's a senior analyst with the Global Initiative Against Transnational Organized Crime, speaking to us about these very sad developments, cocaine being trafficked in numbers in West Africa. Well, we have a special